Well, hello there. This is Crazy Lady again, and we're going to talk about focus. In living moment to moment, we have to pay absolute attention to what we are doing. So for everybody who drives a car, for example, we are driving a murder machine when we drive a car. So we must pay attention. We must pay attention to our driving, not carry on a conversation with somebody else in the car, probably not listen to the radio except for long distance driving, no cell phones, no texting, no, not even lighting a cigarette unless you're going to, put it out in your ashtray and not throw it out the window where it's going to just litter and start forest fires. And no eating. Let's don't eat. We can sip coffee, I think, in traffic, but let's don't eat breakfast on the fly. It's not good for our stomachs. I would like to address something also to everyone of every age, including babies and old people, and that is release your victim mentality. Just get over yourself. Everybody's got problems. Everybody's got a story. Everybody's got hardships, and everybody has good times. Let's focus on the good times. So for babies, whether you're 5 months or 95 years, possibly excluded, but, try a little harder. Try harder to roll over, try harder to walk, try harder to stand up, try harder to do things yourself and not rely on other people. After all, we all are potential gods, and so we need to get with the program. Another area is riding a bike. Now, bicycles are wonderful. I love bicycles. They don't use any gas. They use only pedal power. And when they are ridden correctly on the right side of the road in the US of A, they are really quite wonderful things as long as they are ridden single file. So for you clubs out there who think that it's just a cool thing to do to ride 2 or 3 abreast, it's not cool. It just gets in the way. So single file is great. We love you. We'll share the road with you. And the same for runners, babies, mamas with little dogs, you name it. Pedestrians should walk on the left side of the road in the US of A, and bikers and others with wheels should roll along the right side of the road with the other rolling traffic. Okay, focus, Sue. I should just take my own advice here. Focus. Let's talk about the grocery store. Did you know that if you are feeding or weaning your baby, that the infant formulas that one gets in the big box commercial grocery stores, I won't name any trade names, but you know which ones I mean. The very popular ones that are endorsed by the American Academy of Pediatrics, blah, blah, blah. Well, it turns out that the ingredients do not have to be on the label anymore. They used to have to be, but now they're not because the ingredients have become proprietary secrets. That is, the big pharma company that makes them gets to keep it all a secret, a little like Coca-Cola, and not tell you exactly what is in their formula, like Coke doesn't really tell you exactly what Truvia is. Oh, but I wasn't going to name any names. Sorry. The commercial formulas have all kinds of poisons, from pesticides like arsenic, for example. They have aspartame or aspartame, which is the same as NutraSweet. And aspartame is itself a pesticide. It was originally discovered by somebody in one of the big chemical companies. And now it's put in everything in the grocery store because everybody knows that Americans have a sweet tooth. And if they don't want high fructose corn syrup, which is the modern day Karo syrup, then perhaps they could be enticed with artificial sweeteners. So I'm here to tell you that artificial sweeteners are poison, poison, poison. Watch YouTube, look up on the internet. A very capable neurosurgeon contemporary of mine is Dr. Russ Blaylock, and he has researched the some of the ingredients in modern foods that poke holes in your brain. These additives, flavored enhancers, many of them nano molecular by now. Sometimes the packaging therein make our children and us obese, make for early puberty in our children, and early puberty is not a thing to be laughed at. I myself began my menstrual periods when I was 9.5 years old, and it was very, very traumatic. Well, I digress. So there are all kinds of very, very hazardous chemicals in commercial products, and they do not all have to be on the label anymore. So don't be fooled. Focus when you go into the grocery store. Only buy those products that say certified organic by a state agency. There'll be a little stamp down in the corner of the box or on the can that says certified organic by blah, blah, blah. And I would not trust the USDA. I think that they started out meaning well, but they have strayed. So one has to focus indeed in the big box stores, and we really do better just buying our food, either growing it ourselves in our organic gardens or buying our food locally from our local organic gardener or farmer who uses no pesticides and no synthetic fertilizers. Sometimes this is called the farmer's pledge when they can't afford the certification process, which is pretty expensive. On with Focus Focus. I have seen a number now of little tiny dogs dressed up in tutus and frilly necklaces and hats and all kinds of things. Now, for a mutt parade, that's one thing, but every day, I don't think so. They are dogs, people. They are not babies. And speaking of babies and little girls, the current modern wear for jazz dancing, for example, are bikini and very thin bikini bottoms and bikini tops, very sexually oriented, and we do not believe that enhancing the sexuality of young children is a good idea. It simply encourages pedophilia. Pedophilia has been around forever, but is rampant these days because of all the people in the world and because it's rampant. So try to talk your son or daughter, and if you are the son or daughter, don't wear sexy clothes necessarily. You don't have to look dowdy, like me or any other old grandma, but you can dress comfortably and attractively without being sexual, without dressing sexually. Especially our young children let us not expose them to predators and just ask for trouble. Well, that's about all I have time for. So, see you later. Bye.